Alrighty, spawning up here in the top left here on Akalon Waste in game number 5 of this series between Furious Gaming and Elite Gaming. It is the 4-0 so far. Furious Gaming berbATOV. He's just stomping through everyone tonight. So we'll have to see if Elite HHS is going to be able to manage to stop him. This is his second Terran versus Terran, and his first one, let's see, he went with, I'm trying to think what he did aggression wise. Actually, he played rather passively compared to his other matchups, at least, and he ended up just defending a really heavily invested drop with 2 Widow Mines, a medvac, and 4 Marines that ended up dying. So that set him a good bit ahead, actually. Oh, I know what he did. He was aggressive with a Stalker, a Zealot, and a Mothership Core, and the Zealot and Stalker died to 1 Widow Mine, essentially. So we'll just see if that's going to be his plan again, some type of pressure. Probably not the dying to the Widow Mine part. I doubt that's part of his actual strategy, but I hope you know what I meant there. Moving into it. So HHS didn't actually start a refinery yet, and he's on 14, so he may just be fast expanding. We'll have to see what's going to be coming out of him here in just a second. berbATOV is going to be able to move up and see what's going on though, and he did start his gas, so he's not going to be straight up expanding off the bat, which could be good, could be bad. Alright, so now the refinery is, working along down here for HHS. Maybe he just forgot it, maybe he decided against it once he saw that he was going to be scouted. That happens all the time. You're like, oh, if this guy's not going to scout, maybe I'll just go command center first, and throw a bunker on the low ground, put a lot of SUVs down there ready to pull and defend it, because that's really what you could die to at that point. It's kind of like a gateway all in. So, doesn't look like it's going to end up being the case this time. Marines with awesome bayonets on their guns, very useful in space, are defending the top of the ramp. Space bayonets. I wish they would chop at Zerglings. Instead of just shooting at them up close, they should spin the rifle in their hand and chop the head off of a Zergling when it's about to die and stuff. maybe in Legacy of the Void. Alright, so we have SUVs tickling gateways. Look at all that damage it did. That was insane. Pretty much took it out all by itself. So that was pretty close. Barely managed to hold on there. berbATOV almost died outright to that SUV. In the meantime, we have this factory building. They are very grumpy at these rocks at the bottom of the ramp. Rocks killed this Marine's dad, actually. It's very sad. But for full details, see my upcoming novella, The Rocks That Fell on a Marine. No, it's not. It's not real. It's not gonna happen. I cannot write. All right, so this is pretty standard for a lot of Terran players right now. They're seeing, the protest player isn't expanding right off the bat, so they're just dropping engineering bays like old, versus Zerg style, just kind of getting it built up. Except for protests don't have wings that kill things, kill buildings for them very easily. So Stargate going up here in the very back of the base. So maybe an Oracle coming across the field here pretty soon. Zealot was poking up, trying to see what was going on. Looks like this should be canceled here in a sec. This engineering bay. The command center finally going down over here for HHS. Second gas. Okay, that's interesting. What tech is he going to be moving into? It's a starport. Widow Mine. Alright, I can see this. Widow Mine's going to defend the aggressive play. But the expansion now going down for berbATOV. And really by the time this one finishes, lifts off, and lands and everything, this Nexus is going to be done. So it's pretty even as far as expansions. It's really going to see what's coming out of this target. Is it going to be Phoenixes? Is it going to be an Oracle? It's going to be an Oracle. It's a pretty easy question to answer. Is this an engineering bay? No, that's an armory. So maybe mech. This might be Hellbat drops, which would be kind of interesting. Might swap this over. It's going to start when it gets enough gas. Where it is, there it is. Alright, so now I should start. Yeah, there we go. There's the medvac. Okay, good Widow Mine placement. That's gonna really defend against this Oracle. If it comes in from that direction, it'll just blow it straight up. Nothing you can do about that. Just boom. Peace out, Oracle. But to see how it passes, if it just scoots down here, it can deal a lot of damage. If it scoots in like this, it's going to die instantly. So that's always fun. Wouldn't mind patrolling around. Alright, they're bunching up. They're going to go into this. Oh my gosh, they could just pass. Oh, this could be really interesting. Alright, so they do get picked up. He's going to boost across the map, so they're going to pass. Both players moving out to be aggressive against each other at the exact same time. And there's no, back here at home, there's not another Oracle. There's no form of detection. This Oracle is going to be very low on energy after it ravages this mineral line, of course. But, you know, it's not going to be able to go back home and defend. So what he's going to actually have to do is he's going to have to start throwing one probe at a mineral line at a time. This Oracle needs to move out. Alright, there's a few Marines, but he can actually kill all these if he focuses them correctly. You can kill those. You can kill those Oracle. Okay. So he doesn't. He says to back off. And in the meantime, that Oracle, oh, that Phoenix just saw that medvac trap. Will it be picking it off before it gets over there? It doesn't look like it. It's gonna get some of its cargo out. Oh, those need to burrow so quickly. Burrow, burrow, burrow. Alright, they go down in. Blow up that mothership cord. Already got the photon overcharge off though. Does pick off. Oh, two Phoenix actually blowing up with the medvac. Oh no, the Phoenix ran down south. Okay, they were not engaging at all. So just blew up the medvac and one Phoenix that was standing on top of it, I guess. Alright, so now these Widow Mines are in the mineral line. There is no detection still. This Zealot was being really annoying though. Oh, he almost killed that second Marine. He's like, oh, okay, I'm going to walk away. You guys come for me. This Oracle's still alive down here. It's only at 6 kills, but it's building up energy. But there's no Oracle back up here in the main. And these Widow Mines charges... Oh, actually getting 2 for that. That was a little bit sloppy. But he should be able to mine... This one can actually kill ones at gas if something else is actually moving over here. But as long as he's not mining that, he should be fine. 2 Hellbats moving up for HHS. It looks like they're going to try and drop in this main mineral line. And they might actually deal a decent amount of damage. He hasn't used boost. This is... Oh, I was going to say, not using boost is actually what you want to do. Because you want to be able to get in there without using it. And then right now, you pick up, boost, and drop in front. And then you can get a ton of kills. But as it is, dealing a decent amount of damage here. His boost is not up. The Oracle just got here. This medvac is going to get attacked pretty heavily. There's the boost. Is he going to be able to catch this? Alright, he's going to be able to pick off most of those. Does pick off quite a few more. 8 and I can't see 6. Okay, so 14 kills between those 2 Hellbats. That's quite a lot. Quite a lot of workers going down. But HHS losing all of his to that Oracle back at his main. You saw its scattered remnants on the ground right there. But this game looking very heavily in berbATOV's favor. Great harassment out of both players, but no defensive building right here. No turret. Kind of seals it versus an Oracle, and he died pretty quickly to that. I wonder how many got he before he went out in a blaze of glory. Let's see the number of units though. 22 to 32 on workers. So not entirely impossibly behind for the Terran player. He looks like he ran most of those down into his expansion. Not all of them, but quite a lot of them. And now these Phoenixes are going to start moving around, trying to harass, get some free kills. They should be able to pick off quite a few workers actually. Pretty much to their heart's content with their energy because there's not really a lot of Marines. So Mule's getting picked off. 2 Marines coming over. He should be able to just move over and grab those actually. If he actually focuses correctly. Okay, there he goes. Picking off good units there. They're trying to build the SCVs are trying to build that turret, but he's picking them off. He doesn't actually have enough for... He has enough for 1 more lift and there's 2 Marines. So could have stuck around a little bit longer. Viking out on the field that did get that Oracle kill. It's very happy it has its 1 kill on him. But pretty good harass out of both players. I'm really enjoying the actual, economy harassment that's going on in this game. It's a lot more intensive than most of the games. And here comes another one as I speak about it. Hellbat's trying to get in, deal damage to those probes. Getting a lot of them killed, actually. But medvac finally going down. These probes not continuing to run away, and they do get melted. And 2 rather unnecessary force fields. I feel like they weren't going to really be getting any more probe kills, but stuff dies. Phoenix is moving up here into the main. They're going to run into a Viking and a turret though. Alright, so they're going to lose. Yep, 1 does go down. This Viking almost dead though. I'd probably just sprint by and kill it before it gets repaired. But, whatever. Alright, there's 6 Marines over here. Can definitely pick those off with those Phoenix. Go for it. Go for it, bro. Yeah, lift them. Lift those. Lift multiple ones at a time. Alright, there you go. Alright, so now they're getting lifted up and picked off. All those Marines falling. That's actually quite a big investment, at least so far, on his Marine count. Now he's going to be pumping out a ton of Marines at a time, so it's not really going to matter. But up until that point, that's like all of his Marines. That's like at least half. So pretty good kill amount there. This Viking that got so low is already back up to full HP. Got repaired away. And still committing pretty heavily on this Phoenix. So it should be going in okay, yeah, there's the Colossus. It's going to be, the Robo-Bay is going down. That's definitely what you want to do. You want to go with, like, there's kind of like a +1 Phoenix damage / Colossus timing that you can do that's actually really powerful. We've seen it out of quite a few players. So we'll have to see if that's what he's doing, or if he's just going to go straight Phoenix Colossus and just, you know, kind of defend all the drops. That's a really great thing about going Phoenix. So there's a lot of weaknesses of going Phoenix. The biggest one is there's not a lot of AoE. So what you'll want to do is you want to pick off a lot of Marines, as much as you can, actually, as many, while the game is, you know, in the harassment stage, because you're not going to have AoE for quite a while. So that means the Terran, if you're not picking off those Marines, keeping that count low, there's actually a really good opportunity for them to just sprint in and rip you apart with just a bunch of stim Marines on your main base. So, you know, you got to be pretty careful about that. But as long as you do that, and there's another drop headed over, but as long as you do that, Phoenix play can be very, very viable. It also really helps defend against drops, though in this situation, they're being so aggressive, it's hard for them to get anything back done on their side of the field, and they're not actually keeping track of all the medvacs. You kind of want to move around, see where the medvacs are, then move around. If they're missing, oh, a drop must be coming in. Start warping in back at home, positioning your army. Right now it's positioned on this ramp. These Hellbats sprinting in. Alright, dropping there on the workers. Getting quite a few more probes picked off there. It looks like the probes are going to be able to get away, though. Loading back up. Another boost is not quite yet available, and it is going to get picked off before it really gets a lot done. Yeah, nothing else being done out of that. Phoenixes 6 on the field right now. Colossus range almost done. +1 armor almost done as well. It is going to be 1-1 versus 2-0 right now. So that's actually, as far as upgrades go, HHS is actually, you know, doing really well comparatively, at least against everybody else so far. The real issue for him right now is he doesn't have a medvac count. And I'm not saying that he doesn't have a low med. He literally has, like, literally no medvacs. The word literally is said multiple times because of how realistically there's no medvacs. So that's pretty difficult. Every one of these stims is actually going to be really rough for him. He's not overstimming, though. He selected a small force and stimmed those Marines in order to drive off those Phoenix. So he's going to move up, and he should be able to actually probably snipe this next base. It really depends on the Colossus / force fields. There's a lot of force fields. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of energy, actually. So you have to be pretty careful here. Right now it's 2-0 versus 1-1. So this is, you know, straight up on upgrades. The best anybody's been doing as far as keeping up with berbATOV on upgrades. So I have to see force fields dropping down, checking it out, seeing, oh man, that's 3 Colossus. That's a lot of Colossus to, you know, go up against without any medvacs. So this probe getting killed. Some more sentries being warped in, so he's gonna have pretty much infinite force field time. That's what he's kind of relying on here. And ooh, attacking that choke is very, very scary. Rocks are gonna knock that. Is he gonna knock down those rocks? Oh, he's getting it ready. No, you don't want to kill those rocks. What you actually want to do is you want to leave those rocks barely alive. And then when the Terran storms in, you want to force field behind him and then kill the rocks. And they'll all fall and crush the entire army. Actually, that never really happens. But it would happen if somebody engaged into that choke point. And that is why you don't engage into choke points. I feel like I should make a series of videos and that is why you don't. And that would be one of those. Engage into chokes. Alright, so there's a lot of Colossus on top of this hill. The Viking count really hasn't grown. It's at 2 still. The Oracle getting a big revelation actually out on that army. So now he knows exactly where it is at all times, which is really great for him. He's going to see, okay, it's positioning over here. Okay, it's positioning over here. It's just as powerful as having an observer sitting on top of the army, but it can't be scanned, picked off, and then the army juking in another direction and killing you. So that's why it's a pretty powerful ability. His 4th command center is up. It's turned into an orbital. It's not actually positioned to be mining at that next base, but it is up and running. It is now 2-2 versus 2-1, but 3-2's coming here for the Terran player. We'll have to see if he's going to do any waiting. It looks like he's finishing up a Ghost Academy. He wants to get an big fat juicy EMP on. Oh, look at all those. That is so much energy that the Ghost could just make disappear instantly. So we'll have to see. Scan going down saying, hey, what tech are you throwing on? Looks like you're at the same number of Colossus. Or wait, did he add on one more? Yeah, he added on one more Colossus. There's another one coming too, so it's safe at this point to just continue to produce Vikings. So that's what he's doing. Oracle moving out. It's going to get the reveal. It's going to get picked off, but it's still going to, you know, let him know where this army is for another good 60 seconds. OP Mule's landing over here. These two Phoenix are like, hey, do you wanna run in there and kill a bunch of units? I don't know, man. You lift, I'll spot you. You know, I'll pick them off if you lift them. But all right. We have a sensor tower down here on the left. Okay, there they go. Now they decided, like, oh, well, if they're going to build missile turrets, that's just rude. Okay, we'll kill them if they do that. This one's still building it, though. And they're jockeying for a lot of position over here, and that's why, you know, the micro's slipping over there. And it looks like that they're going to engage. Pretty good spread out there out of the Terran player, but there's just not enough for him. He's going to get melted by all these Colossus. The Vikings are just not ripping through it quite fast enough, and there actually aren't really enough medvacs. There's only 3, so these Colossus are living a really long time. Even though the medvacs are just, you know, ripping through them, I'm sorry, the Vikings are kind of ripping through them, the ground army just melts because there isn't enough healing to keep everything alive. Now, a bunch of 2-3 or 2-2 Blink Stalkers, which are almost 3-3 actually, are going to be able to move over, and they should be able to maybe end this game. There needs to be a pylon on this side of the map, which there isn't right now. It's kind of the only thing that may stop this push from winning, but nope. GG called, and Furious Gaming 5-0s it with berbATOV. And you know, that's kind of a pretty advantageous situation for them, not only because they 5-0'd, which is great, you know, it adds really, really well to their record, but they actually didn't have to show any of the other players, show their potential in an all-kill format.